There was a time that I committed a sin long ago. Long ago, I did something I was not supposed to do. I don't want to get into it, but when I did it, I went to God and I was asking for mercy. I was begging and I was crying and I was feeling bad. And when I asked for forgiveness and I, I was now convicted that God had forgiven me, and I began to think to myself, God must think I'm real stupid. God must be looking at me and just be wondering, that idiot. You fall into sin, you get up. You fall into sin, you get up. I'm even tired of him. I was just wondering, I said, God must be thinking that about me. And then God spoke to me. He put a thought in my heart. He gave me an understanding. Let me tell you what he said. If your child, if your son rebels against you, does something you told him not to do, and you did not catch him, but he came to you by himself, and he told you what he did, he confessed it to you, and he asked you for help to be able to do what he wants you to do, will you be ashamed of him? And immediately my eyes opened. I will not be ashamed of my son for rebelling against me and coming to come and confess. I will be proud of him, because the fact that he confessed means that he wants to do better, and I will help him to do better. The same way God was not ashamed of me. He was proud of me. The same way you think God is ashamed of you, but he's actually proud of you for choosing to repent, for even crying and asking for forgiveness, for believing enough to come to him after you did wrong. Some people don't even feel remorse. The way you see yourself is not the way God sees you. For those of you that are falling into sexual immorality and have repented, let me teach you something God taught me, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you now about when you fall into sin and you get out, God made you become wiser. The fall into sexual immorality that happened to David was a complicated plan orchestrated by the devil. The Bible specifically said that at the time that kings went out to fight, David was at home. And when he was not at home, he got up from his nap. He was supposed to be walking, fighting, but he was sleeping. He got up, and that is where he saw Bathsheba naked. And because he was sleeping instead of fighting, he was idle. An idle man is a devil's workshop. Therefore, he was vulnerable. So he now fell to the temptation and he acted on what was within his power, and he told his servant to bring Bathsheba. The devil positioned Bathsheba there at the time that David was coming out of his palace, and that is where he saw her. Just like how some of you, when God will tell you to pray, you will be sleeping. And when God will wake you up to pray and you are meant to be praying, what will you be doing? You'll be using your phone. And then the devil will position one demonic agent on social media, one woman that opens up her breast or her ass. And when you see it, because you are, instead of you to be walking, you were resting, you were in a vulnerable state, you were idle, and because of that, you easily fell to temptation. You now did what was within your power the moment you saw that lustful video and that lustful audio, or you saw that naked woman online. And then when you saw it, you acted on the temptation within what was in your power. For some of you, you could get a woman and sleep with her. But for some of you, you're not that cool. So what did you do? You got your cream, you got your soup, you got your engine oil, and you started masturbating. Social media is the new balcony that David saw Bathsheba naked. Don't forget that. Be vigilant. Be sober. Be sharp. For your adversary, the devil, moves around like a roaring lion, seeking who to attack. Be very sharp and don't sleep, for the devil is not sleeping. But also you should be of good cheer, because you serve a God that neither sleeps nor slumbers. And for as long as you follow his will, you will always get to where he wants you to be.